day. Things a bitch, bills paid. I just wanna stay in bed, play video games. But instead I get up, go to work, put on my pants, hard my shirt, walk in my car, drive it fast, sit in traffic and journal really fast. I've had enough adulting, no being grown up for me. Let the bills pile up to the ceiling. It's late to Mario 3. No, I can't do that. I gotta do the thing. I don't wanna do the thing. I gotta do the thing. I'm not gonna do the thing. I don't take it.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible with... Guys, the marathon almost killed me! Well, let's just listen.
Yeah. I did not take a formal break. I usually do. I just went straight into the documentary. We watched it. I took so few breaks, I hurt my back. And that's my fault.
Mind you, he took breaks. He took multiple breaks. But guys, sitting here so long, my back! What about the Seattle air?
I should know that when I'm in here, every hour to hour and a half, I should be getting up, stretching my legs, walking around, stretching my back. This is essential. For someone who's sedentary, you have to do this, okay? But the thing was, I was so into covering this documentary for you guys that I just focused completely on it. And I didn't really take my first break until dinner. So I was sitting here from 10:45 a.m. all the way till 4 p.m. And it got so bad, it got so hot in this office that day.
5 hours. You sat there for 5 hours, and it destroyed your back. DSP, you may be in worse shape than Boogie. Boogie posts videos of him walking his dog around the block and stuff. That man can walk. You can't even sit for 5 hours without it destroying your body.
I started to get a splitting headache. Like, I could literally feel my brain swelling in my head. Because it was...
Your brain does not have nerve endings. Also, if your brain's swollen, that's either A, rabies, or B, death. If your brain swells, you die. When I had brain swelling after my car accident, they had to shove tubes in there and all that to relieve the pressure. I can still feel the scars in my head. When I get a haircut, they go, oh, what's this? Oh, that's where they have to shove the tubes in my head to relieve the brain pressure from my brain swelling. DSP, if your brain swelling, it's either A, rabies, and or B, death.
It was so hot in this office. So I ended up popping a few Aleve and eating dinner. And when I came
The heat made your brain swell? What? All right, let's just continue.
back after my dinner break, I felt better. My headache when it started to go away.
Because you took a few Aleve, no wonder.
This is, we're getting some recovery here. It's not a huge deal. We're feeling a little better. Okay? By the end of Saturday, after having been in here from 10:45 a.m. to like 7:30 p.m. in that heat, all right, I physically felt like I was in a fight. I did. Like, I felt like someone beat the shit out of me. And I was like, damn, I really haven't...
9 hours. Not even a full 9 hours, mind you, because he took a break for dinner. So the man didn't even spend 9 hours watching a video, and it nearly fucking killed him.
felt this beat up in a long time. Like, even when
Beat up. You sat there and you watched a video.
I get sick, I don't feel like that. I was like, yeah, I really genuinely feel like I got hit by a car, or, you know what I mean? Like, this is obviously not good. So I was very happy to be out of there, around 8 o'clock, 8:30. Took a quick cold shower, relaxed with my wife. And then I came back in here yesterday. And it was another day of the same shit because it was so hot. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm putting myself through physical harm at this point.
Physical harm sitting in 70-degree weather in Seattle, Washington. It was so hot he nearly died because it caused his brain to swell.
Dream. So yesterday we played The Evil Within. I told you guys on the podcast yesterday, I said, please, bear with me if I'm cranky today because it is so goddamn hot. I felt, no exaggeration, when I started playing The Evil Within yesterday, I felt legit sick to my stomach. My brain, again, headache, swollen brain. Felt so bad, okay?
You did not have rabies.
So what I did something that I almost never do. I went and I grabbed a can of Coke. I never do this. I never drink soda, right? You always see me drinking seltzer. I never drink...
If you don't drink soda, why do you have a bottle of soda in your fridge? Or a can of soda, whatever. If you don't drink it, why do you have it?
Soda. I drank the soda, and I actually felt better. I think it's a variety of reasons, a little bit of caffeine in it, sugar. I think maybe my blood sugar level was low as well. Because why? When your body is not feeling good, it's run down, your body starts trying to run at a higher capacity to account for it, and it burns more energy. So likely what happened was my body was tapped out. It was like, dude, you have like no energy in your body. You need something. Get sugar or something in you, right? So I drank that can of Coke, and I felt much better actually drinking that can of Coke, okay? And then after the stream, I had dinner with my wife, and I was relaxing downstairs, and admittedly, again, I still kind of had a headache. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. Tonight is, Sunday Night Bites. It's Bassmaster. It won't be that big of a deal. It really shouldn't. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I came in here and I actually didn't feel so bad. All right. It was cooler. The sun was down. And so I did Sunday Night Bites with you guys. I enjoyed myself, had a good relaxing time. And I went downstairs and I started relaxing with my wife. And I laid down on the couch.
Again, remind you, he didn't work a 12-hour shift outside in 90-degree weather. He's not in Florida trying to help clear debris out of the road so the electric companies can come in and rehang the wires. No, he sat on his ass in 70-degree weather and watched a video on YouTube.
I'm like, something's not right, man. Like, I just don't feel good. Like, and you know, I know I'm not sick because I don't let the house. How could I be sick? Who did I get sick from? Right?
Your wife bringing it in from work?
Like, I know
Unless
I don't
she's
have a
unemployed
cold or
again.
anything. I just don't feel good. My head, seriously, like, I didn't have a splitting headache, but it definitely felt like there was a ton of head pressure in my head. And just my body, again, overall, it just felt really sore and run down. My eyes were burning really bad. And that almost never happens.
Eyes were burning.
Usually I'll put eye drops in or whatever. I'll close them. They were like, they wouldn't stop burning. And I'm like, something's definitely up here. You know, like something's really bad. And so I said to my wife, I said, here's what we got to do tonight. I said, I really don't feel good. What I want to do is I want to try to have an opportunity to sleep uninterrupted. But also, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I might get up and be sick, have to throw up or something. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. So I told her, I'm going to sleep downstairs on the couch. You and Jasper go sleep in the bedroom by yourselves. That way, if I
Jasper wouldn't wake you up in the middle of the night if you didn't fucking lock him in the room with you, jackass.
have to constantly get up, I don't wake up Jasper. Here's a major problem with having a cat, which many of you might not know. All right? If you have a cat that sleeps with you, that cat is with a routine. Okay? If you break that routine, the cat might then have a lot of issue settling back into what you should be doing. Okay? So I'll give you an example. A normal night, Cat and I, go into the bedroom, we take Jasper in with us, and he finds a place on the bed. Sometimes we have an ottoman, sometimes he sleeps on the ottoman, sometimes he sleeps on the floor. It depends on the season. Sometimes he goes under the bed. He's kind of weird, where depending on the temperature of the season, he'll sleep different places. Okay? But to give you some perspective, the night before, not last night, but the night before, he just decided randomly, I'm going under your sheets. So he goes under the sheets, he's bothering us when we're trying to sleep. We're like, no, Jasper, stop it, man. Trying to sleep.
Then let him out of the goddamn room.
Don't do this now. I don't feel good. And then sometimes, if you get up in the middle of the night, let's say, I gotta pee. Or, sometimes, admittedly, I lay down, I'm so tired, I'll pass out like this. I'm out. And since I'm out right
drunk.
away, I wake up.
You get so drunk you pass out.
I didn't even pee before I went to sleep. I gotta brush my teeth and stuff. So I'll get up to do that. But now Jasper's alerted. Oh God, someone's moving in the bedroom. Oh, he's like, whoop. Jasper's alerted. Now he wants to play and he's energetic. Like, no, Jasper, it's like 4 a.m, dude. It's not time for this. But that's how cats can be. Okay? So knowing all of that, all right, I said to my
only
wife,
you didn't lock him in the goddamn room.
This way, if I don't feel good or whatever, I don't interrupt the two of you, and vice versa. Jasper doesn't interrupt me. This way, I know I can get uninterrupted rest, and he's not going to be up constantly trying to wake me up. Okay? So, excuse me.
Wow, Mr. Professional.
Oh my God, excuse me. I went to sleep downstairs.
Professional.
Right now, it's not cold at night. It's a little cold, but not that cold. Like, we have a bunch of blankets and stuff. So I slept under the blanket, nice comfy pillow. Slept under the blankets, Basically, here's what happened. My wife says, okay, I'm going to sleep. Good night, honey. Good night. She goes upstairs with Jasper. And I just basically kind of leaned back like this. I was like, oh my God, I really don't feel good. I hope that I can sleep tonight. Because with everything that happened today, I just don't know if... I went right out. Like, literally, moments after she went upstairs, I was out. I was like, holy shit. Right? So here's what happened, though. Okay?
What drugs are you on?
And we have a big clock in our living room that tells you the time. I wake up, and it says 4 a.m. And all of a sudden, I wake up, and I'm just starting to get conscious. My body... What the hell? My body...
Were you having alcohol withdrawals? If not alcohol, then some other drug? Like, what the Either A, he's taking something, or B, his wife is drugging him with something, because it sounds like he's talking about alcohol withdrawals. Or other kind of drug withdrawals, like DSP. That's not healthy. Holy shit. He was having withdrawals if they're not drinking for a few hours.
Body starts to shiver. And it's not just like a little bit, oh, it's a little cold down here. It's like, oh my God, my whole body starts uncontrollably shivering. All right? And the thing is, I know it's not cold down there yet. We're not in the fall or winter, it's not that cold down there. I just start uncontrolled, my whole body too. It wasn't just like, it was like my whole body is in an uncontrolled shiver. Okay? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? I try to get up, even when walking, and I can't stop shivering when I'm walking. So I walk to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's
drug
withdrawal.
Water on my face to try to get myself back to my senses. It won't stop.
But what drug?
I'm like, oh my God.
Honestly, alcohol is his favorite, but...
So I'm like, what am I going to do?
This sounds
so I had some water,
more than
I hydrated
alcohol.
myself. And I was like, dude, it's just not stopping. I guess the only thing I need to do, I have to warm my body up. to stop the shivering. So I went back to the couch. I literally took every blanket, because we have several blankets on the couch, some of which are the ones that Jasper will like lay on every once in a while, some of which, we'll lay in when it's cooler. I put every blanket on top of me, so I'm like a pile, all right, on top of me at this point. Okay? All right. And I'm not kidding you. Even under the pile of blankets, the shivering wasn't going away. And I was like, what the fuck? So I said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Luckily, I still have my senses. I'm like, I have a technique that I use to stop involuntary things in my body.
Wait, what do you mean by he has his senses still? Sense of taste and smell? Do you think this was COVID, maybe? But I've never heard of that with COVID. People would be hacking and coughing and be complaining that they can't smell or taste anything, not that they're shivering.
Body. This technique, when I have the hiccups, if I use this technique, I can usually get control of my body. All right? What it is you breathe in slowly and as deeply as you possibly can. You hold your breath as hard as you possibly fucking can for as long as you can. And you hyper concentrate on it. And then you have to slowly exhale at the end. Okay? Essentially what this does, this will stop involuntary things with your body from happening because you're kind of controlling your cycle. You're controlling your breathing. You're controlling everything. Okay?
The hell?
So I completely sucked it in. I held it in.
Are you Deadpool?
And I'm here under all these blankets. All right?
Got this mutant healing ability?
And I finally let out my breath. And finally, the shivering stopped. And I was like, thank God. And then, no exaggeration, whoop, I passed out again right away. As soon as the shivering stopped, I was out. Okay? I then proceeded to have a series of fever dreams. That's the best way I can describe them. Nonsensical dreams. I had a dream where I was in a supermarket, but I also worked an office job in the supermarket, but my desk was in the middle of the supermarket floor. Like, does that make sense? No. But that was like I have a desk job in a supermarket.
So you said you had a nightmare because you're actually having a job?
A desk job with people going all around me. The fuck does that mean? Nothing. I had another dream where I was at like a bar/restaurant with a bunch of really snooty people who didn't like me, and then they all announced.
So majority of people in the world.
And I said, well, I don't smoke. So I stayed inside the restaurant. Well, they all got up and left to go have their fucking smoke break outside, and I stayed inside and just chilled at the table. So that's what I mean, like all that stuff, weird stuff, right? None of those make any sense at all. Like, and there was more too. That's like the two that are standing out. When you have a series of dreams, usually you have a ton, and some you can remember, some you can't. I know for a fact there were more. Okay.
Take a sip.
So anyway, so all that happens. I wake up again. I look at the clock. Now it's 7 a.m. Okay, and I begin to realize as I start to move, my entire body, from head to toe, is completely soaked in sweat. My hair is soaked. My beard has saturation.
Don't have a beard,
all
asshole.
My clothes are wet. I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. So obviously I took off some of the blankets now. I'm like, let me get all this shit off. So I took all the blankets off of me. I basically had like 1 or 2 blankets on me now. Okay. I'm like, all right, now I will finally go to sleep and hopefully this will be it. So
finally go. What do you mean finally go to sleep? You just said you passed out. Then you woke up at 4. Then you passed out. You woke up at 7. So you were sleeping. Or are you saying there's a difference between passed out drunk and normal sleep?
I'm back to sleep. And I woke up. And immediately when I first woke up, I didn't feel good. My body was sore. I mean, look what I just went through. I mean, I'm not surprised my body was fucking sore. Like all parts of my body were sore as shit. Like, oh God, my neck, my back, my legs, everything's like sore as fuck. But then I got up, I started walking around, and, Kat came downstairs with Jasper to have our breakfast together. And she's like, well, how did you sleep? I told her the story. She's like, oh my God. She's like, do you need Tylenol now? Do you need a leave now? I was like, the more now that I'm walking around and being active now, actually my headache feels like it went away. I think it is gone. Okay.
You think? You think your headache is gone.
So basically kind of walked around the house a little bit, had my breakfast, which is coffee.
Either you have one or you don't. You don't think you might have one.
Jasper's little morning treat and everything. And I'm like, all right, I feel good now. Actually, legitimately, after that sleep, my headache's gone. The soreness of my body went away, which is good. All the soreness left. That's good. She's like, all right, just for the sake of checking, we have an electric thermometer. She's like, I'm going to check your temperature. And she checked it. It's fine. No fever. And I told her, I guarantee you I had a fever last night. Because the thing is, fevers can be caused by multiple reasons. Actually, having a bad headache can cause a fever. So I guarantee you I had a bad fever last night. And the fever must have broken overnight, while I was, after stopped shivering and basically sweated it out. And that's why I didn't have it in the morning. That's my guess anyway. But the funny part, again, about all of this is, I'm not sick. I have no, I'm not coughing. I have no symptoms of being sick. I'm not sick. Legitimately, this was caused by me being in this office for 2 days straight in 80-degree weather outside, which is probably about 100-degree weather in here. That's bad.
Did you have the heat on? You just didn't turn it off? How the fuck was it that hot in your office? How is it going to be 100 degrees in your office if it's 80 degrees outside? Like, that makes no sense.
That shows that could legitimately, like, really harm a human. You know? That's one of the worst
Good thing you're not a
I've
human,
ever
you're a
felt
pig roach.
in my life. I felt so sick last night. And now I feel like completely different. But it's like, holy shit. It felt so bad. You know? And guess what? It's 80 fucking degrees outside and the sun's out again today. Now, what am I supposed to do? I have to be here, man. I can't. I really wish I could take time off. I can't. You know, I legitimately have to be
I need to play
again.
WWE Champions, guys. I
wish
can't take
extra
time
days
off.
at times like this. I can't. I need to make money to pay my bills. I have, again, I know I do this every month. Coming up
I need that money to pay my bills.
a week. I have my internet bill and my dues. It's almost $900 of bills due all at once, but I also have to raise enough money for my day off this week and my day off next week. All within 1 week's time, I have to raise that much. I can't take a day off. Yeah, I know. It's not good. It's seriously not good. But that's the life I'm living right now. The good news is, this
I
heat
would
is supposed
really
to be
call
the
it
last
living,
day. In
but
fact,
all right.
I'm opening up the weather app right now on my phone, okay? After today, every day significantly dips in temperature, okay? There aren't supposed to be that many hot days. Some of the days are cloudy, which is good. If it's cloudy, this office will not heat up at all. If it's cloudy, the sun won't affect the office. And then within a week's time, all the temperatures are going to be dipping by about 15 degrees. And supposedly we're going to have real autumn now, okay?
Mm-hmm. Believe it when I
So all
see
that being
it.
said, I'm happy to be here with you guys. I have a ton of fun. Thank God I love
I'm
my
happy
job.
to be here with
I
you
hate
guys
this
and
job, and I was in here
spend
suffering through this.
an hour bitching
And
about
I was
how
feeling
I
sick.
almost died of my
I'd be like,
brain
fuck this,
swelling
but,
because
you
it
know,
was
what
80
am I gonna
degrees
do?
out.
You know, this sucks.
Which,
This is
no,
just
it wasn't.
a bad situation. You know, what can you do? I don't know if anything I could do differently. I can't take the day off. I can't, just shit.
I need that
right?
money. Pay my bills.
Okay. What's hilarious is that you got a bunch of people trying to diagnose what's wrong with me. I don't care. I'm listening to zero of you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Not one of you is a doctor. I'm okay now. I knew this would happen. You have a bunch of you have this, you have that. That sounds like this. That sounds like that. It sounds like you're an alien growing fucking 4 arms out of your dick hole. You're right. You got it. All right, man. I'm just gonna have to start wearing bigger pants to make room for the arms. I guess. I'm not listening to any of you. Okay. So, that was a terrible night. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again today. I will tell you this. Today, if I'm streaming and I start getting a headache again from the heat, I'm out of here. I'm taking a break and I'm taking a leave to get the swelling down. If that swelling my fucking head starts again, I'm not going to do that shit again. That was...
If you have swelling in the brain, you have fucking rabies. And you're dead. I don't... Where did he get this? Oh, guys, my brain is swelling. Yeah, I'll tell people my brain is swelling. They'll get them to be sympathetic, right? But then you don't realize that, holy shit, if your brain is swelling, you are literally going to die.
Fucking crazy bad last night. I'm not going through that again a second time. Okay? No way. All right. And by the way, guys, I'm aware you guys that some people have tipped. Just so you guys know, I always do shout outs at the end of the podcast, but they are coming through because I know some people are. Oh, I don't see the pop ups anywhere. They are coming through. I will give you shout outs and pop ups later on in the show. Thank you.
He's hiding them. Maybe people think he's not getting them, so they'll tip more. Typical DSP tactic. But yes, DSP, if your brain is swelling, you have something like rabies. This is clearly more a drug withdrawal, whether it's alcohol or something else. I don't know, but DSP, you are not dying from rabies after streaming a video in your office. You sat there and you watched a video in your so-called office. And Jasper doesn't go outside, so it's not like Jasper got rabies and gave it to you. Just calm the fuck down. You're not dying. It's not rabies. Your brain's not swelling. You just went through withdrawal. Get over it. Anyways, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.